Racist NFL players slapped with nasty surprise after what Trump just ended for all of them. Instead of the protesting trend within the National Football League tapering off after an onslaught of devastation to the industry, the sickening sideline antics seem to only be getting worse. The players are having a power struggle with patriotic Americans who want them to start reflecting our flag, as well as furious advertisers and sponsors who expect them to respect their investment and not destroy profits. Entitlement and disrespect have reached a tipping point, and now President Trump is taking action. In a time that the country should be coming together despite our differences, racist players seem to want to keep the divisiveness going and the attention on them. They've changed the protests from bringing awareness to a social justice issue to intentionally trying to stick it to our president at every game after he called them out on their disrespect. Kneeling for the national anthem was bad enough. However, the players just proved that the protests were never about equality and all about black power. This was proven in raising the racist salute of clenched fist after intentionally tackling white players who stand for the anthem. Trump asked them to stand and told the NFL they should fire them if they don't, which they didn't like. Now, he's turning the disrespect back on them by taking an honor away and giving it to those who deserve it. After the Las Vegas massacre on Sunday, the country saw what real heroism looked like, and it wasn't someone taking a knee. Police officers, first responders, and even innocent bystanders ran into the war zone to save strangers. Some even used their bodies as human shields to protect people they'd never met from a barrage of gunfire. They took a bullet for their fellow man, not a knee. It was regular people and real Americans who risked their lives this past weekend, not overpaid athletes who only think they are heroes but are actually cowards to a cause. President Trump and First Lady Melania Trump visited some of the more than 500 wounded victims in Las Vegas yesterday. When the couple entered the room to meet Thomas Gunderson, who had been shot in the leg, he got out of bed to greet them with the respect he believes the leader of our nation deserves. Melania sweetly told him he didn't need to stand on his injured leg for her, concerned that he'd be risking discomfort by doing so. He did so anyway since it was so important to him, and shook Melania's hand and then the president's. "Hey, this guy looks tough to me," Trump said to Thomas, who then replied, "Thank you so much, I appreciate it." Thomas then proved just how much it meant to him and got an incredible surprise he wasn't expecting. The patriot with the injured leg and every reason not to raise up to greet the president and his wife shared a special message on social media right after the opportunity he got to shake their hands. "I will never lie down when the president of this great country comes to shake my hand. There may be plenty of issues in this country, but I will always respect my country, my president, and my flag. Shot in the leg or not, I will stand to show my president the respect he deserves." In the midst of all of the protests, it's incredible to see a real hero and real America rise above the overpaid athletes and showing respect. That doesn't mean that you have to politically agree with everything the president does, but can respect his position in our nation. Since so many players don't, they also don't deserve the honor of a visit to the White House. Winning athletes get the opportunity to meet with the President of the United States in the Oval Office, but use the refusal to go to make a political statement. It's a disgusting dishonor to the commander-in-chief, which Trump realizes and has recently rescinded that invitation to players, specifically, basketball star Stephen Curry of the Golden State Warriors. The president has now replaced that void and his meet and greet scheduled with people who really deserve it, which are real Americans who respect our country, stand up for our national anthem and president, and are unsung heroes to their fellow man. At the hospital, he spontaneously invited some of the wounded to visit the White House when they recover, the Washington Times reports. "I said, if you are ever in Washington, come on over to the Oval Office. And they are all saying, I want to do it. I want to do it," Mr. Trump told reporters. "And believe me, I'll be there for them." He said that his message for the victims and the entire city of Las Vegas is that the country is with them. It's time for entitled athletes to learn a little something from the people who once supported them, the ones who only jump on top of others in an effort to save a stranger's life. It's no surprise that the people who risk their lives protecting other people also show incredible respect for our president, even when an exception is made for them not to. It's the ones who show respect that get respect in return.